Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, last week I made a pattern that you chose and this week I'm sewing the blouse out of it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it is because you didn't watch the previous video or maybe you are here for the first time. So if that is your case, then I highly suggest that you go ahead and watch this video before and then you can come back and see how it turned out. Spoiler alert, it came out pretty nice, maybe more cottagecore vibe than I was expecting, but I'm sure many of you will be very satisfied. And maybe some of you will recognize the fabric that I will be using today, and it is because I already used it in one of my projects. If you know which one, then put it in the comments down below and let me know that you watch my videos. And now that I finally got this out of the way, let's proceed to the sewing. So I guess I'm going to start with this front piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is to sew darts. Trying to forget all the fun we used to have. So now I have these two front pieces here, and so as I said, you remember that they will be sewn until a certain point. How much you can decide. Mine is approximately 4 centimeters minus 1 centimeter seam allowance over here. So I will sew this first and then I will iron it open. So now you can see how it looks like once I sewn it. The seam is here and then I simply folded it twice, and now I will go ahead and do a straight stitch over here as close to this edge as possible. What you need, I'll make you feel free, be mine tonight, and feel your blue skies within. So this is how it looks like. We have this front center panel, and then we will take these two other pieces that's supposed to be part of the front bodice, and we will simply place them right sides on each other and match all the notches that I have. So first one is going here, this one over here, and then another one here. Also, when you are sewing, make sure that this seam allowance will be facing down. The troubles wanna drown into your eyes and feel your blue sky. So let's move to the back. Let's do again the center. Now this time all the pieces were cut on fold, so we will simply put them right sides facing, just like this. Put it over here and sew a straight stitch and immediately overlock the seam. So this is how it looks like, and exactly the same thing as we did with the front piece. We will take the sides and we will pin them right sides facing, match all these notches first, then sew a straight stitch and overlock the seam immediately. So guys, front piece is done. As you can see, it's all sewn in one, and as I said, I was sewing the seams together and immediately overlocking them, so it's nice and clean from inside. And another plus is that this time we are not doing any lining, so this project is fairly easy. And as you remember from the previous video when we were making the pattern for it, I actually went ahead and I added 2 centimeter seam allowance on each side piece of the pattern, just to be sure I will not mistake, because as you remember, one side has a zipper and the other doesn't have, which means for me now the simple thing, and that is one side seam I will go ahead and sew with 2 centimeter seam allowance, and the other one I just keep it open because we will sew the zipper at the end. So this is the back piece. As you can see, it's nice and clean from inside, also from outside, very nice. And the side where the zipper will be attached, I added this fusible interfacing just to support the fabric and make it more strong. So now we will go ahead and place these pieces on each other right sides facing, just like that. So the shoulder seam and the side seam without the fusible interfacing, with 2 cm seam allowance if you did the same thing as me. If not, then it's only 1 cm seam allowance. And if you have no idea what I am talking about, it's probably because you didn't watch the video where I made the pattern. So I suggest you to go back and watch this video and maybe then come back here.
I think of you and of all I should have done.
So for the small ruffle around the neck, we have to first finish the edges, so I will fold it twice, sew a straight seam on each edges, and then I will fold it twice over here, like so, and sew a straight stitch, and then sew 2 lines of gathering stitch over here, and then we will attach it to the neckline. For the big ruffle around the waist, we don't need to finish the edges over here because this will be finished with a zipper. Just we need to finish the bottom, and simply I just fold it twice and I will sew a straight stitch, and then again 2 rows of basting stitch to make the gathers.
All you have is who you love. You'll be all I'm thinking of. You don't mean a thing what shape or form that you're in. The place you're from, the wealth or the color of your skin. And all you have burns to the sky. It's all too late, and you wonder why.
So guys, I have it pinned. Let's go to the sewing machine and sew it on.
I am sitting at this bar trying to forget all the fun we used to have.
So I will go ahead and remove some seam allowance over here because it's too much fabric, and then I will fold it like this and sew it on the edge here. So there will be the tunnel, and from the outside unfortunately there will be a seam here, but I think it will go with the look because once you pull the string this will become more ruched like that, so I think it's going to look nice. So this is how it looks like so far. Quite cute, maybe even too cute for my liking. We will see, okay? We'll see at the end. Okay, let's insert the strap in this tunnel.
Do you think of me when you're on your way home?
So this is a left sleeve. I'm going to sew the side seam and immediately overlock it with my serger.
I still feel alone, so I go order one more shot. In my dreams I
So now I will go and put 2 rows of a basting stitch from one notch to another, so I can do gathering.
your eyes and feel your blue sky within.
So let's attach it.
I'm blinded by your bittersweet shine.
So for the sleeve on the right side where the zipper will be attached, the first thing that we need to do is overlock the side seam of the sleeve and then put 2 rows of a basting stitch over here.
And the wild waters hanging off the cliffs, counting all the shadows.
And yeah guys, there is a lot of outfit changes in this video, but somehow I was making this project for 3 days. Not because it's difficult, but how to say it, I was lazy. Or to be fair, I also had other things to do, so maybe that's why. So as you can see, here is the armhole, it's all open. So I will put it on the table right side facing, just like that. And then the sleeve. First I will pin the notches. So now this is how it looks like. Let's sew it on and overlock immediately. So I'm going to attach the invisible zipper upside down. I will start from bottom and I will continue here in order that all this can unzip and be open for easier going in and out of this top. Then finish the other sleeve, hem the sleeves, and we will be done. So now the zipper is sewn in. We have to close the sleeve now. This is one thing that I changed from the inspirational design that I saw in Zara. For me, I decided, because I have done it many times, so I thought I want to try something else. So I made these marks all around the sleeve, and I will just go ahead, pin bias binding, sew it all the way, and insert the elastic here.
You put smiles on it.